The Red Sox take a 7-game winning streak into the Fenway Heat tonight. The hottest team in baseball up against the Texas Rangers one night after J.D. Martinez struck again. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway. Great to have you with us tonight. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner, the Hall of Famer, Dennis Eckersley. Jemai Webster joining us in just a couple of moments. J.D. Martinez with home run number 28 last night. Ecky has moved, at least in his first half of baseball, the Red Sox into that Yaz David Ortiz stage of his career.
I tell you what, I don't know where they'd be without him. I know this is a great team, but he puts them absolutely in another world. Last night was a close ball game, 2-0, and he just put an exclamation point on this is their ball game. They win 5-0. Tried to get a fastball in, Chavez, and he lost it. 3-run Johnson, and this is a guy 18 home runs already at home. And when you look at the numbers that he's had before the All-Star break, it's ridiculous. We're talking about triple crown piece. You know, the 331 average could lead the league, and this is something that you've never seen since Yaz. Really, this guy, I don't know exactly how the fans feel about this guy. They don't realize that if we didn't have this guy, this is not the same ball club. This guy changed everything about this team. It really has, and I think it's given everybody thoughts that they can go all the way. I know it's all about pitching, but they needed this guy with all the home run power he's had. He's just been an incredible player.
Red Sox trying to make it 8 consecutive wins in game number 2 coming up with Texas. And when we come back, Jemai Webster has more news on the immediate future of Dustin Pedroia and where Petey is headed next. America runs on Duncan. Lexus and Alexa Strikes Out Hunger program. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit your local Buick dealer. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Back at Fenway, Red Sox taking on the Texas Rangers here in the middle game of the 3-game series. For more on the immediate future of Dustin Pedroia, let's toss it down to Jemai.
Well, OB, in short, he remains on the disabled list. Dustin Pedroia played in just 3 games this season so far. It's because his left knee has been problematic throughout. He just returned from a trip from New York City, visiting the doctor who performed the surgery on him for a reevaluation. And earlier today, Red Sox manager Alex Cora provided an update on prognosis and recovery moving forward.
He's gonna go to Arizona. He's going to do his rehab over there with the PT that helped him out throughout the offseason. We love him to be around here, but I think for now it's better off for him to go over there, disconnect a little bit from all this and just concentrate on himself. There's going to be a few adjustments on the rehab. They're talking about hammy and core and glutes. So I think that's the best thing that we can do right now. Like I said, you guys saw me yesterday with him talking during the game. He's very important for what we're trying to accomplish here. But I think it's time now for him to concentrate on that. And, if everything goes the way it should go, then, whenever he comes back, he comes back. It's nothing structural. I think I mentioned it yesterday, it's about making adjustments around the knee and body-wise that are going to help him or help the knee not to get upset. And, he's done his research. When we sit down, he drops names, like huge athletes, like Kobe and Nadal and all that stuff. I'm like, wow, he's doing his research. Obviously, he cares and he wants to contribute.
And Alex Cora was asked quite a bit about Pedroia in this earlier press conference, and he reiterated several times that it's his hope that Pedroia will return at some point this season, and he feels like it is a really good possibility. But for now, the Red Sox will focus on their AL West foe, the Texas Rangers. It's Giovanni Gallardo versus Hector Velasquez, who puts his 6-0 record on the line, along with a 2.76 ERA. Dave O'Brien and Dennis Eckersley on the call. That's when we come back.
Glove of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Your local New England Ford dealers. William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Red Sox. And by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Just about set for game number 2. Red Sox 2.5 up on the Yankees in the division. It's the Red Sox largest lead since the 30th of April. Largest lead all season has been 4 games. Red Sox riding high with a 7-game win streak. Here's a look at the lineup of the Texas Rangers tonight. Shin-Soo Choo is their all-star. He's also the DH tonight, leading things off. Andrus at short, Mazzara in right field. Adrian Beltre, the third baseman. Rougned Odor will be at second base. Guzman at first. Connor Falefa does the catching. Joey Gallo is in left field. And Delino DeShields, the center fielder and the number 9 hitter. Taking on a Red Sox starter presented by New England Audi dealers. Hector Velasquez, probably for about 4 innings. He is 6-0, ERA of 2.76.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They're 5th in the league in defense, 46 errors in 92 games. Around the infield, Devers at third, Bogarts at short, Brock Holt at second, Mitch Moreland at first. Out in the outfield, Andrew Benintendi in left, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Blake Swihart gets a start, catching Hector Velasquez.
Here are your umps tonight, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Alan Porter has the plate. Marvin Hudson at first, Bill Miller at second, Todd Tichenor the umpire at third. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compare2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. And the weather is mentioned, a warm one tonight. 90 degrees on the button, mostly cloudy skies. Lights are on at Fenway. We're set for game 2. Sox coming in with the best record in Major League Baseball at 63-29. Now the Yankees to get underway shortly at Baltimore. Shin-Soo Choo 293, 17 home runs. He's driven in 42. He's got some pop. Strike one and we're underway.
Well, Hector Velasquez, he's done a nice job for the Red Sox. You consider what he's had to do all year long. He's put up good numbers, 6-0 on the season. Really knows how to pitch.
Ripped, scooped up by Holt in shallow right, and in plenty of time to get him. Kind of season that Choo is having, hitting the ball right on the button, but Brock Holt was Johnny on the spot.
I'll tell you what, you get numb to this after a while. Line drive to right field, a little one hopper to Brock Holt makes an easy little 4-3, not that easy, 4-3 play.
For 1,000 years, that was a base hit.
I'm telling you, huh? And we just overlook it, don't you?
It's routine. You're
don't
right.
even think anything of it.
In the days of the shifts.
You don't think the hitters don't think anything of it? Sure they do.
Got to be crying going back there to that dugout. One man gone for Elvis Andrus. Shortstop hitting .248 with 2 home runs. Red Sox jumped out in front first inning last night 2-0. Went on to win 5-0. Steve Pearce with a home run in his first at bat. It's interesting to hear him talk about being a member of the Red Sox after the ball game and about being in a lineup like the one the Sox have. He said up and down everybody can hit. You look at the pitching staff, great starters, good bullpen. This is a complete team.
He's already figured it out, huh? And I tell you what, he's humbled. You could see the look on his face after the game. He is like absolutely thrilled to be here.
Yeah, it really was in his conversation with Jemai afterwards. Broken bad roller. Xander Bogaerts in, up and over, and 2 up and 2 down. Here's with that blast that got out of here quickly in the first.
This ball's 95 miles an hour here from Minor. The ball's coming inside. He pulls his hands in and gets the barrel to it. And this ball's out of the ballpark in a hurry. First at bat as a Red Sox. It's magical.
Yeah, first at bat here at Fenway. Here's Mazara out of right field at 270, 15 home runs. He was 1 for 3 with a walk last night. So the right-hander Velasquez trying to make it a very tidy first inning. Beltre on deck.
That's about as hard as you're going to see tonight. 92. He just mixes it up. He's got a good split finger. You know, he pitches backwards, throws breaking balls behind the count.
In attack mode, he came up empty, and it's 0-2.
Back to back, throwing a little bit harder, feeling good out there. Little 93, little cross seam upstairs, can't get there. He's had some base runners this year. League's hitting 302 off him, but he's getting guys out.
You're right. At times it's been a walk on the high wire, but he seems to get out of it every time.
I mean, he pitches with guys on base a lot and just doesn't give in.
Making his first start since April, replacing Brian Johnson, who replaced Stephen Wright. Both of those guys on the DL at the moment. The 1-2 and a chopper over the hill. Again, Bogaerts on the run to get him, and a quick start for the right-hander. He gets a 1-2-3. Here's the Sox lineup brought to you by Toyota's website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. Mookie Betts at the top. Andrew Benintendi in left. JD Martinez the DH tonight. Mitch Moreland at first. Xander Bogaerts at short. Brock Holt will be at second base with Rafael Devers at third. Blake Swihart catching for the second time this season. And Jackie Bradley is in center field batting ninth. And the first pitch to Mookie Betts. A ball from the right-hander. Gallardo 3-0 and 8.17 ERA. This is his second tour with Texas. He was with them back in 2015. He won 13 games. And he has been a high-quality starter in his career.
He really has. He was an ace for Milwaukee for about 5 years. I mean, he was the main man for a long time. Punched out 200 guys 4 years in a row. And he's only 32. I mean, that's the thing. He's won 116 games. And I give him credit. He went down to the minor leagues, 10 starts in the minor leagues. I'm sure he's got a ton of money. But he wants to get back to the big leagues, and here he is.
2-1. And in there for a strike at 92. Mookie has scored 72 runs in 72 games. He's recorded more walks than strikeouts. 41 walks, only 40 Ks. And leading the big leagues in batting average as that one skips in front of the plate. Full count, Benintendi on deck.
Gallardo always threw a lot of pitches, especially later in his career.
An all-star in 2010 with Milwaukee. Oh, Mookie wound up to hit that one into the monster seats. He came out of his shoes on that one.
He really did. This ball's fastball up, and he's trying to launch. Looking fastball, gets it. Get a little excited.
Gallardo with the payoff pitch. And he popped him up into right. Mazzara right there, and one gone. Benintendi next. Right now running second in the fan voting for the All-Star game behind Gene Segura of Seattle. We don't know by how many. We're just told it is very close. Now voting will conclude at 4 p.m. tomorrow, and then Major League Baseball will announce the winner. So for Red Sox fans, there is time to overtake Gene Segura. But he has the lead over Benintendi at the moment.
I don't know how many times the Red Sox fans voted one of the 5 players in. Remember Veritek one year? I remember Okajima. Remember that one year he got in?
Yep.
They need to show up for Benintendi this year.
Making a run at a 300 batting average, 296 with the 14 home runs, 5-game hitting streak.
That good changeup. I don't know if he throws a split or a little okay changeup. Have to get a better look at it. Reminds me of El Presidente, Dennis Martinez, the way he throws. That's paint there. He's got to have that. But he used to work so slow, but since he went to the minor leagues, he's hurried it up. I mean, it's amazing what that could do to you. That ball's a strike. I got to have that.
3-1. He's going to walk him. So another walk for Benintendi. He's been doing that a lot. In fact, he's the only major league hitter with 100 hits, 50 RBIs, 15 stolen bases, and he's on again.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Rangers defense. They're second to last in the American League. 68 errors, 92 games around the infield. Third to first, Adrian Beltre, Elvis Andrus at second, Rougned Odor, at second, Ronald Guzman at first. Out in the outfield, Joey Gallo in left, Delano DeShields in center, Nomar Mazzara out in right field behind the plate. Kiner Felipa and catching Giovanni Gallardo.
Martinez is 5 for 15 against this right-hander in his career. JD hitting .331, 28 homers, 77 driven in. Both of those figures, the last two leading the majors, and a 5-game hitting streak. Now the catcher, Kiner Falefa, became the backup in the middle of June. His first major league action as a backstop, and he threw out a base runner on a steal attempt to end a ball game 2 days later. at Kansas City. That's the first time that's been done. As it skips up there, he can't find it for a moment. No advance by Benintendi. He was the first major leaguer with a game-ending caught stealing in the first ever game played at catcher.
And so it's hard to do anyway. And the games never end with a guy stealing, right? Very unusual.
Very. But just 2 days before, he had been named the backup, and that paid dividends in 48 hours.
I had a game that ended one game I pitched out. It's a beautiful thing. Pitch out, throw him out at second base.
That's how the game ended?
End the game, yeah. And then Tony La Russa thought he was a genius, right? He thought he was a genius.
Well, by the way, I think he is.
Yeah, okay.
That's got to be a great feeling.
Well, everybody wants to run off me.
Wrap to the shortstop. Out at second. The turn by Odor. Plenty of time for the double play, and that'll do it for the Red Sox. We are scoreless after one. Team be represented at the All-Star game? Do you think every team deserves at least one representative? That's the rule right now. Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. One message per vote. How do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, I mean, if you don't make it, some guys always make it that you don't think should make it because it's the only way the team has, the only guy that's good on that team. But for me, just add more guys to the All-Star game. Just don't leave anybody out. That's the problem. And they did make the roster a little bigger, haven't they, over the years?
They sure have. Yeah. In the last several years. Well, on to the second inning. No score. It'll be Beltre, Odor, and Guzman against Velasquez, who worked the 1-2-3 first. Interesting to see Beltre before the game chatting with Rafael Devers, who really idolizes Beltre.
Devers had enough nerve to go up to him, I would assume, huh?
He did. He did. Went up, introduced himself, and then they talked defense and preparing the same way defensively that you do to go up and have an at bat.
I think that's great. I don't know if I could have done something like that at that age.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I thought I knew it all back then, but been a little afraid to go up to somebody.
Were you? I mean, like going up to a legend?
Well, I mean, I had Jim Palmer come up to me, and he came up to me telling me what's going on, not the other way around.
It's a little different. I mean, you were what? You were 20 years old?
Yeah.
He's 21.
Right. So same thing as young.
Yep.
But he wants to learn. I mean, and he's been told because Cora, remember he mentioned him before about the errors that he made when he was a rookie. What, 29 errors or something?
That's what he told him. This was several weeks ago. He brought him in and said, look, Beltre is a great defender, right? Some people say the best third baseman in the last 20 years in the American League. And here's a guy who made 29 errors his very first year. His uniform number. And that really seem to affect Rafael Devers. He still made errors after that. It's not like all of a sudden you're Adrian Beltre, but
I don't know what we really expect out of Devers. I mean, you're not going to be Gold Glove from Jump Street. I mean, you got to have some patience here.
But 21 years old.
I mean, really.
And a dangerous bat. 0-2. Odor on deck.
There's that split finger there by Velasquez. He's thrown him 2 fastballs right down the middle almost. Challenged him. I mean, he tricks you with his fastball, and then you see that split finger going down and in. He gets on top of it.
Beltre scuffling a bit at the moment. 4 for his last 24. That's in the month of July, and he'll get a time here from Porter.
Saw Velasquez shaking, saying yes and then no, because he likes the pitch, but he doesn't like the inside corner or outside corners. You know, sometimes fastball away.
0-2, and down he goes. 92 on the heater to strike him out. First K for Velasquez.
I mean, that's something, man. Slipping that cheese by him, really, seriously. I mean, this is 92, nothing special. Ball middle. He already seen that a couple of times as at bat. He can't believe he threw it to him.
One gone. Odor at 236 with 5 home runs. As aggressive a swinger as they have in their lineup, and that's saying something. Here for the Texas Rangers.
This guy's been a disappointment for them. They thought he was going to be a star, man. He was leaving Earth regular like that.
High deep drive right field, driving back Mookie Betts, and see you later. That's way out of here. That was down into the tunnel.
He hit this ball and just dropped his head.
Texas on top 1-0.
You couldn't have found out if he just popped this up or hit it 450 feet. Look at this swing. I mean, this is the kind of power this guy's got. Not a big guy. Fastball kind of, I don't know if it creeped back over, but that ball is got see you later on it. Look at that. I mean, my goodness, he smokes this ball. Very humble way of hitting the ball that far.
That is a bomb.
That is a bomb.
His 6th home run of the season.
I'd be proud to give that up.
It'll bring up Ronald Guzman, 255 with 8 home runs. Rookie left-hand hitter. They're very high on him. They're 2017 Rangers minor leaguer of the year, and he strokes that one the other way down to the corner. That's going to skip right up against the monster. He's into second base. It got by Benintendi. So Guzman on with 2 bases right after the home run.
They get his nickname is the Condor. Look at the Condor go down and away with this little split finger. This is a beautiful piece of hitting. This ball's going down and away, and he just stays back on it and just carves that ball right down the line. That's pretty swing. Big guy, so it takes a long time to get those long legs kicking. He had funny, you know, tough with it down there. Benintendi had trouble with it.
I think the Condor is a good fit. 6'4", 225, a lot of plate coverage. Kind of Falefa now. 251 with 2 home runs. Catcher and an infielder, right-hand hitter. Gallo on deck. So the Rangers striking first tonight, 1-0. In there for a called strike. Game 3 coming up tomorrow night. A fascinating duel. Chris Sale against Bartolo Colon.
The big sexy.
Sale 9-4, and the big sexy 5-6. Hammer toward third, and a backhand by Devers. Runner holding at second, and got him at first base for out number 2 with Guzman staying put. So this should be a lot of fun tomorrow night. You know, if you go back 10, 12, 13 years, Colon would be throwing as hard as Chris Sale tomorrow.
Oh, he could bring it when he was young. Cleveland days. He threw a 98. And now he just features like a little two-seamer. He throws a lot of strikes, a lot of fastballs, a little change-up.
Chris Sale headed to another All-Star game in Washington, D.C. That brings up Gallo 187, but 21 home runs. So the essence of all or nothing. And a ton of strikeouts.
Last night came up against what? Kelly punched out on with 3 curveballs. Looked bad.
Did have a multi-home run game back in May against the Red Sox, though. So if you make a mistake or two, he can punish it.
Yeah, you just can't hit his bat because he can kill it.
Look at that strikeout rate.
There you go.
This day and age, you think about the strikeouts so differently, right?
Oh yeah. I don't know. You don't even want to go there anymore. You sound like an old geezer. You know, we start talking because this is life, Dave. This is the way the game is right now.
Yep.
And you got to accept a lot of it. You may not like it, but you have to accept it.
So too, and you and I were talking about before the game, is a start, and what you consider a high caliber start now is pretty much 6 innings.
Yeah, get over it.
Pop foul out of play.
We talked about Erod till we're blue in the face. He can't get deep enough into the game. He throws too many pitches. Well, this is what he does, and the team is 14-3. So we need to get over it.
Right.
And that's why they have 8-man bullpens.
So we're going to get over it. we're getting over it.
We're getting over it.
Takes us older guys a little longer to get over it.
We just hoot in the background. Just don't say it on the mic here, you know.
Runner at second, 2 down. 1-0 Texas on the blast by Rougned Odor.
That was a blast.
That one got into the opening next to the bullpen, the visiting bullpen, way beyond the 380 mark.
Well, they locked that kid up with a 5-year deal after he had that big year a couple of years ago.
1-2. All even on Gallo. You think about where that home run went for Odor. That's like David Ortiz territory.
Yeah, that's one of the longer home runs we've seen this year.
447 feet, we're being told.
Probably the longest home run in Fenway this year, wouldn't you say? What's the other one? I can't remember.
Honestly,
Light tower
to right field anyway.
Right, to right field. Way down that runway. And boy, he just gently put his bat down, didn't he? I mean, I thought that was the most humble home run I've seen this year.
3-2. And he walked him. He gets away. Runner thought about taking off, but Guzman will head on back to second as it popped out of the mid of Blake Swihart. So Gallo is on ball 4. That'll be first and second. You mentioned this as we came on the air about Hector Velasquez. There have been a lot of base runners.
Yes. What, 65 base runners in 45 innings? I mean, he's only walked 10 guys, but the league is hitting 302 off of him. He's 6-0 with a 2.76. I mean, nicely done.
Well, trying to get out of a little jam here with Delino Shields, the batter. 218, 2 homers. And that'll be in there for a called strike. His father, also Delino, had a very nice 13-year major league career. He was a first-round draft pick. His mom qualified for the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona, the heptathlon, and his sister Diamond is a pro basketball player.
Just a talented, athletic family.
A little bit.
I was good friends with his dad. I played with him in St. Louis. Good guy.
Fine player. Speed was a big part of his game.
He's the guy that got traded for Pedro Martinez.
Yeah.
From Montreal to L.A.
First and second, 2 away. Could not tempt him.
Well, he's got to spot his fastball. He can't get carried away with that fastball. He's just a finesse guy. He just knows how. He never really gets flustered. He'll run counts deep. Use that split finger anytime.
popped up to right. Mookie Betts converging on this. And right there to the warning track to snatch that and retire the side. Odor got all of his. 1-0 Texas. Games and concerts here at Fenway. The prices and service better than you can imagine. Go to aceticket.com right now. 1-0 Texas on an absolute blast by Rougned Odor. 4:47 as Moreland will lead off here in the second inning. We're asking about the longest home run hit at Fenway this year. Nelson Cruz.
Light tower.
464 feet.
But you know, you didn't see where that ended up. We saw where that one ended up.
Yeah.
Huh?
Got a great view of it from here, certainly. Moreland 283. He's hit 11 home runs. Bogart's on deck, and then Brock Holt. Mitch on his way to his first career All-Star game, and he'll lay off that one. Last night went 0 for 4. Against his old club, he's played 9 games against Texas. He's hitting .464 against the Rangers with 7 RBI.
Seems like everybody hits good against their old club.
Bannister, the manager, done a very steady job with that ball club. Although they're having a tough year. High hopper Guzman will take care of that one away.
Tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud. Available at Men's Warehouse. TC and Steve will break down Hector Velasquez's start.
1 out of the second inning. Xander Bogaerts to climb in. 0 for 4 yesterday after he was named the American League Player of the Week. Driving in 10 runs over 5 games. 14 homers, 54 runs driven in.
You know what I've noticed more and more is pitchers don't wind up anymore. It's just a little abbreviated wind up here by Gallardo. I think he had a little more of a wind up before, but everybody seemed to go to this, don't they? I mean,
sure. To the right side again, Guzman. He'll take it. 2 up and 2 down. Nesson is proud to support the Men's Warehouse Suit Drive in July. When you make a donation of gently used professional clothing at any Men's Warehouse, you help unemployed men and women look their very best as they re-enter the workforce. Learn more at mwsuitdrive.com.
Everybody goes sideways, is that right? Nobody drops back. I used to think that, you got to get more of your body into it.
You sure did.
I mean, you got to get in there. But everybody's, it's abbreviated now. I mean, they have better command, better body control. But I was looking to get some extra.
I'd say I miss the flamboyant windups. I really do.
Not that I ran to the plate, but I'm gathering. I had to, I didn't put my hands over my head, but I had that big kick. I felt like you can get more on it. I felt like I could throw harder from the windup. A guy sometimes would get on third, and I would want to just stay in the windup. And they want you to go in the stretch. I understand that.
I also thought, as Brock Holt hits here at 296, that it looked great on television. Watching Vita Blue, for example. Yeah. I loved watching Vita Blue at that kick.
I'm trying to look cool, man. You got to get guys out. But
yeah, it looks a lot cooler when you get guys out.
Yeah, you better get somebody out. But I mean, that big leg kick, that was everything to me.
I loved him. Now, you had it down.
But then what do you do when you have to go to the stretch? Right? I had a hard time cutting down that.
You did.
And hurry up to throw to home plate.
Oh, yeah.
You could take that slide step and put it where the sun doesn't shine, but you got to do it.
So you did learn one.
I learned one, yeah. They had a sign for it, slide step. And I was like, oh, God. Try to slide step throwing a breaking ball is hard to do because you have to wait to throw a breaking ball. And so slide step breaking ball, that's a hanger waiting to happen, But you got to do something because they'd go crazy running off me.
So there was a sign for the slide step.
Yeah.
So it obviously came from the dugout.
Yeah. They had some throw over, pitch out, and slide step. And every time I saw it, I go, oh, God, I got a slide step. You know what I mean?
So that's in the scouting report.
Yeah.
When Eck has the slide step, this is what you're going to get. It's
go.
in there for strike 3. And the Red Sox go quietly here in the second inning.
Deficit, and it's a third start for Hector Velasquez, and what Red Sox manager Alex Cora told me would be a bullpen game. They said, we know we can get 6 outs, maybe 9, but hopefully we can get 12 from him. Cora says he believes that Velasquez matches up well with this Rangers club in keeping the ball down and changing speeds, and when he's a starter, he's a lot more aggressive, and he has some familiarity behind him catching with Blake Swihart, who caught him all last season in Pawtucket, and said he hoped the two guys can find some success.
Okay, Jemai, thank you very much. 1-0 Rangers on a home run, top of the order. Shin-Soo Choo along with Andrus and Mazzara to see Velasquez for the second time.
You never saw starting pitchers pitch from the stretch. Ever.
Never.
Ever. And this is, this happens all the time.
Velasquez was 2-0 with a 2.53 ERA as a starter back in April, so he was quite effective.
Boy, his first start against the Oakland A's last year, he got lit up, and no one thought they'd see him again. And I'll tell you what, this kid has done a great job since that time.
Yeah, he gave up 6 earned runs in 5 innings in his major league debut. That was May 18 last year at Oakland.
And he just hung in there, man. He's been 9-1 ever since.
Quite valuable out of the pen. Here's the 2-1. Flirting with a bunt. He'll take a ball. Shin-Soo Choo has reached base in a club record 47 consecutive games.
Well, he's sniffing number 48 right now, huh?
He had a lot of walks in there too. 41 walks. Got a base hit in the 9th inning on Sunday to keep that alive, and the dugout erupted, and he's on again.
Yeah, tonight after the Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll have a full recap of tonight's Sox game, plus highlights from the New York Yankees and Baltimore Orioles game. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Well, Jalen Beeks, who is back with a major league team, just promoted for this particular situation, a left-hander who had one ugly start for the Red Sox. And will piggyback Velasquez whenever his night is over, and already warming up in the bullpen. Andrus, the batter, 0 for 1.
Beeks reminded you of the start that Velasquez had in Oakland, right? And came up, got lit up.
He's hoping for the same.
Yeah, and he's back.
Results after that. And a pop up on the infield. Devers coming over near the mound. One man gone. Big hello to the Bo Sox Club in attendance here tonight at Fenway Park, as the Red Sox go for 8 consecutive wins. Mazzaro will be next. He has grounded out to short. The Yankees and the Orioles have gone to the 3rd inning. No score at Camden Yards. Tampa Bay now 2 games over 500, by the way. 0-0 with Detroit in the 3rd inning.
That's Tanaka there for the Yankees tonight, coming off the DL.
That's right. Shin-Soo Choo, a guy who will run.
$16 steals on the season. I'll say he'll run.
Not going here, and a big cut and a foul back on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, he got it in on his kitchen there. I mean, I'd have a hard time being real brave with that fastball.
Seeing some raindrops here all of a sudden. Chew the runner, and another swing and a miss. Man, he does not get cheated.
But how about Velasquez, man? I'll tell you, with that fastball, he tricks you with this cheese. It's amazing. You can't be looking fastball, and he swings at his fastball. I think he's looking for something soft, and he threw a ball right by him.
Ah, the tricky cheese.
The tricky tree. He's a trickster.
Too high, and Swihart leaping up to gather that one. Christian Vasquez on the DL, out 6 to 8 weeks after surgery to insert a pin into the pinky finger that he fractured in Kansas City. So Blake will get a lot more opportunities. The 1-2, runner holding.
Look at him, fastball after fastball. You'd think there's no way he'd throw 4 fastballs in a row to anybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
That's got to be part of the equation.
Just
that's
not
working
a strike. Don't throw a strike with it, right?
Last couple were nowhere near.
Right. There's a little split coming here, I think. Yep.
Brock Holt feeds Bogarts. Got one there, and that's all. So 2 down. And that'll send up Adrian Beltre. Calling all New England Deadheads. You can join the annual Grateful Dead Tribute Night at Fenway Monday, July 30th, and receive a Grateful Dead Red Sox t-shirt as part of a special ticket package. Order yours right now RedSox.com/Grateful Dead. Beltre swung and missed, and he fanned in the second inning a fastball.
He tricked him last time up, huh?
Not 3,111 hits. What do you think about Adrian Beltre as a possible trade piece for Texas?
Well, I assume that I think he'd want to go. Why not? I mean, because this is it for him.
Go to a contender.
Yeah. I mean,
on his way to Cooperstown, of course, when he was a member of the Red Sox in 2010. He was named a Red Sox MVP by the baseball writers here in Boston.
Yankees are talking about Machado, right?
That's what I keep hearing.
I mean, I don't get it. Somebody says one thing, and the next thing you know, everybody's thinking, oh, yeah, come on. That's Rosenthal that said that.
Whose sources are usually excellent.
Yes, they are.
Tap toward third, but a foul ball.
I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I can see the Yankees wanting him, but I can't see what Baltimore giving up to anybody in this division, unless, you know, something huge they're going to get back, a package. But that's not what their needs are, the Yankees, right? You think they want to give up a lot for an ace, not an ace, but a good starting pitcher.
Especially the way Sonny Gray's been pitching.
Yeah, they're going to be worried about that.
They've got a need for a starter, a bona fide starter.
Oh, they got to have a starter.
And who knows what they're going to get out of Tanaka. As you mentioned, he's back tonight.
Right.
But, you know, what happens if he goes down again?
But who's really out there that excites you? We've heard some names. And there's, you know,
Cole Hamels.
Yeah.
I know. There's nobody that lights it up.
No, nobody. They've got somebody in mind. I wish I knew. I like to be in the know, don't you?
You like to be in the know.
I love to be in the know.
But any and all things.
Yes.
2 out. Runner at first base. Alex Spears in the know. He's going to be joining us in just a few moments. And down goes Beltre again as he fans for the second time.
For alerts 15 minutes prior to each game with matchup info, streaks, update times, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import the schedule. Presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Boston Red Sox and Major League Baseball.
Devers leading off here in the bottom of the third, 1-0 Texas. Delighted to be joined by Alex Spear of the Boston Globe with us. We were just talking about trade possibilities, rumors. Eck and I both want to be in the know, so we turn to you about this and the possibility of where Machado might go out of Baltimore.
It's a pretty fascinating thing to watch the Derby develop, and you hear about a number of teams that certainly have him on the radar, and the reason is obvious. He's really, really good. He can play shortstop or third, even though there's some reluctance on his part to move back to third base. But at a time when you have teams like the Yankees trying to figure out a way to get better, any way to get better, you know, they don't just want to limit themselves to talking with teams about starting pitchers. It increases their leverage if they can be also involved in saying, well, we can improve our team another way by adding a Gold Glove caliber defender who can also mash, and maybe that's our solution to getting better.
Dead away center field. DeShield's right there though to set down Devers. One away.
But we all know they need a pitcher.
I think they know that too. But you know, initially maybe they're finding the asking price on starting pitchers to be a little bit higher than they're willing to pay, especially in the rental market for a guy like Jay Happ. But it's a weird trade market, and it has been over the last couple of years. I talked to John Daniels, the Rangers president of baseball operations, yesterday about this. Last year they had Yu Darvish available, and the asking price, the number of teams bidding for a rental like Yu Darvish and what you could get for a rental like Yu Darvish really didn't align necessarily with what you had seen teams paying in previous years. And he said, look, maybe other teams have just gotten to a point where they've said rental players aren't going to be worth superstar prospects anymore. That's changed the dynamic to a pretty interesting degree. Look at JD Martinez. Last year, the Tigers dealt him to the Diamondbacks, and he was as impactful a mid-year upgrade as we've seen in years. What he did in Arizona was absolutely unbelievable, and the cost of acquiring him was 3 relatively low-level prospects. I don't know if there was a single one of those guys who the Diamondbacks gave up who would have been a top 10 guy in their farm system, because JD Martinez was a rental.
You've seen the numbers since the All-Star break last year. I know you've written about these. It's remarkable for him. 321. All right, since the All-Star break last year. 59 homers and 149 RBI. That's mind-blowing.
He is a special hitter. You know, these are numbers that
High fly down the left field line by Swihart, but out of play.
These are numbers that Manny and Ortiz put up in Fenway, you know, a decade ago. But guys haven't really put up these kinds of numbers, especially right-handed hitters in baseball since then. You do not see that combination of the ability to hit for elite batting average and that kind of home run total, save for one guy, Miguel Cabrera, in the last decade, right? This is what JD Martinez is doing.
Oh, that one is ripped. That one headed deep toward the 420 mark, sailing back there out of the warning track. It'll skip up into the stands, and that'll be 2 bases.
Boy, he can't hit a ball too much better than that. This ball was covered. Deepest part of the ballpark. Can't hit a ball any farther in this ballpark without going out of the. This ball's hit probably 418 feet, or something like that. But that's his best bolt right there. He put a charge into that. That's a beautiful swing by Swihart.
And he would have been running beyond second base at that
So a long double.
That's got to feel good for him.
And yet, for Blake Swihart, he thinks, if it had been 10 feet over to the right.
Yeah, yank that thing. It's gone easy.
Jackie Bradley hitting right at 200. 3 for 10 lifetime against Gallardo. As we chat with Alex Spear of the Boston Globe. 1-0 Texas here in the 3rd. Fly toward the alley. Nobody out there. That's all the way to the warning track. That'll bring in a run. Bradley tags it. He changes spots there at second base with Blake Swihart, and it's a 1-1 game.
Well, he gets a curveball he can handle. He stays back just enough. And he lets it go. He never cuts down his swing that often, and he didn't really there. He just stayed back just a little bit and then aired it out. Ball, look at it, kept the head down, ball in left center field. This is the swing we love to see from Jackie Bradley.
Controlled mechanics, the ability to work the ball to left center field, and when he does that at Fenway Park, you are going to be able to do a lot of damage.
So back-to-back long doubles. Number 14 for JBJ. We'll bring up Mookie Betts, 0 for 1, a fly to right field. We were talking about JD Martinez last couple of days and trying to find the answer to this. Who has ever been a more impactful free agent signing than J.D. Martinez has so far for the Boston Red Sox. And you know, thinking about guys like maybe Randy Johnson when he went to Arizona, and you know they win a world championship.
And he won like 16 straight size as soon as he got there. So
Right.
that was a pretty good one. There historically across the game, there have been some great free agent additions. And MLB Network is running something on Kirk Gibson right now and what he was able to bring to the Dodgers.
Oh,
Sure.
great. Love
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it.
Heck will be making sure he has that one on a permanent loop.
Yeah, I may want to tune out
Looking
at
to
the
do
end.
another, sit down. Why not?
You and I can sit down and discuss the documentary. But, you know, in terms of Red Sox production and what you've seen from the middle of the order, the last guy to have this kind of an impact was Manny in 2001. His numbers were pretty similar through the first half
That's
with
right,
what
though, too.
Martinez has done. And he was in a really special place. He was on a pace for like 150 RBIs and really just destroying baseballs left and right. But when you're talking about a 17-year gap between that kind of a high-end free agent.
I thought Albert Bell was going to be something like that when he was a free agent, but then everything went bad. Remember, he had the bad hip and all that?
Things unwound physically for him really quickly. And right after he had been such an exceptional power hitter in the middle of the order. But you're right. It's usually you see a transition, and this is a difficult environment that oftentimes requires an added layer of transition. Martinez hasn't shown any of that.
Ooh, cut on and missed as Mookie Betts on a rare occasion strikes out. So 2 down. We're tied up 1-1. But the 2001 team didn't do anything. He did individually.
Absolutely
And I
right.
think the big difference to me is the impact that he has on a team's season. And people are talking about the Red Sox as a serious World Series contender, and he has influenced that lineup so incredibly.
Yeah, the impact that he's had reaches far beyond his own performance because he's really become essentially an extension of the hitting of the hitting coaches. Tim Hires and Andy Barkett rely on him at times to communicate messages to other players. For instance, they've actively asked him to take part in conversations that they have with Rafael Devers in order to be a positive influence in talking about having a plan when he goes to the plate and having an approach that helps his maturation process because it's different coming from a fellow player, a teammate, rather than a coach. And
Well, I could see how the other players buy in. I buy in. I take a deep breath every time he takes a deep breath. Every time.
You'd do everything he would, wouldn't
I
you?
know, exactly.
You're seeing other guys during batting practice videoing their batting practice now. You're seeing a lot of guys doing top hand drills now while they're in the on-deck circle. There is a lot of wanting to be like JD that's going on up and down the Red Sox right now.
I know that he's told Mookie Betts, I keep all these notebooks on every pitch I see, and that information's readily available for anybody who wants it.
It's funny, there was a time when he stepped away from that a little bit at the start of his career with the Astros because veterans were making fun of him for it. And his hitting coach, Mike Barnett, who was briefly with the Red Sox in 2006, said, you know what, that's what you've done, stick with it. He's embraced it, and it's made him awfully good.
Another one driven deep. On his horse to Shields, trying to get to it, turning around. That's going to be off the wall. Another run is in. The Red Sox teeing off in this inning. 3 doubles in the frame to take a 2-1 lead. Benintendi almost hit it out of here.
Well, I tell you what, they know he can't throw the fastball by him. They're sitting on something soft, and Benny gets a changeup, and he almost loses this ball. He's going to show Swihart, this is how you hit it. You see the changeup right down Broadway, and he just back legs this thing. Once again, a pretty swing. He's looking at it, isn't he? Staring at that thing. He looked like he hit that like he got it. But it's a long ways to hit it out of there. He hit that ball 420 almost.
That high wall got to him there. That creates a nice batter's eye for the hitter, but there it cost him a home run.
He can't hit it much better than that. I mean, that's balls.
He thought he had it.
Yes, he did.
Looked like it got a piece of the garage door. So JD now double up in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. What a season it's been. 330, 28 homers. He's had pretty good numbers against Gallardo as well. 5 for 15 coming in. Red Sox blasting away with the long 2 base hits here in the third to grab the lead. So you think there's great reluctance by the Orioles, obviously, to trade Machado within the division. So
I would hesitate before reaching that conclusion because Dan Duquette has often referenced one of the more important complimentary trades he's ever made as being when he was the Red Sox GM. He traded
stroked into left field for a base hit. Benintendi to third. They'll stop him right there as Gallo got it in quickly. Another hard hit ball in the inning.
They had to lasso him right there. Benny, you stop, man. That ball was hit too hard to try to score on, even though there is 2 outs. That ball is stung. Another changeup right down the middle. He smokes it.
That second time through the order is just so different once you've seen how the secondary pitches are working.
Please, and in the middle, I mean, you can't get away with that. He's lucky that ball's still in the ballpark.
Getting back to the question of the Orioles, Dan Duquette is often referenced as his time with the Red Sox manager, a complimentary trade he made. Mike Stanley to the Yankees in exchange for Tony Armas Jr. Now, that trade in its own right didn't necessarily have that much impact, but that offseason, Tony Armas Jr. goes to the Expos as the second piece in the trade for Pedro Martinez. Right. So Duquette has always talked about the idea that he would never rule out those intra-division trades, and he's made them before with the Red Sox, for that matter. Andrew Miller for right. Eduardo Rodriguez. So he's shown a willingness to do it. Their ownership has shown at times a willingness to sign off on it. That can be a capricious willingness, but that can change depending on the wind. But you wouldn't rule it out with Duquette moving in.
He's also been unwilling to fire managers and general managers because, from what I hear, he just doesn't want to pay anybody to not be working for him.
Yeah, that's, long-term when you're making your decisions based on sunk costs, essentially, that's not a good place.
Hard hit, base hit again. This one into right field. Benintendi will score. Martinez around second into third. The RBI for Moreland. And the Red Sox teeing off.
They're teeing off on that secondary stuff, that off-speed stuff, and they're just wearing it out. This is a curveball here by Moreland, and he just shoots his ball to the hole. That curveball just spinning right there. Boy, he's lucky that ball's not crushed even more than that. Just a base hit. Red Sox, they're putting a hurting on Gallardo.
Yeah, 5 hits in the inning, 3 of them doubles. Everything hit sharply. Brings up Xander Bogaerts 0 for 1. He is grounded to first. Benintendi with a double, an RBI and a run to help his fan voting cause. Xander trying to keep the line moving here, first and third.
You're talking about Duquette. His job is almost like identical to what it was for Amaro's job when he was with Philly, right? Trying to get rid of those Hamels and all the guys that he was getting rid of. The old guys. Yeah,
the problem is that they really waited maybe a year too long to begin the process of trading away their veterans. They had a position where you can get a lot for guys under control.
Boy, another one crushed. The Shields back, track, reaching. He bobbles it. 1 run is in. Here comes Moreland rounding. He's going to score. Throw down to third is not in time. The Red Sox take an aim at that triangle over and over, and now lead it 5-1.
This is showtime, huh? I'll tell you what, this could match any inning this year. You talk about some mileage on these balls. Look at this slider that he stays back on. He drives this ball. Bogey, we've seen that a lot from him this year. DeShields almost caught that ball. I mean, he had a long ways to go for it, but he got a glove on it, and Bogey's going to get 3 out of it. Headlong dive into 3, but I'll tell you what, this is putting on a show for the Red Sox.
Well, that kind of brings to mind some of the comments that Alex Cora offered up to Xander Bogaerts before the season started, that he'd rather have him hitting 285 with pop like that and driving in runs than hitting 325 soft hits to right.
He said he liked the on-base percentage, which had remained around 340, 350 throughout the last few years. But yes, he felt that Bogaerts had a lot of power that he hadn't fully tapped into at the major league level. You've seen it in flashes. You saw the 20 homers in 2016, which is nothing to sneeze at, obviously. But the consistency with which Bogaerts is now driving the ball in the air, we talk a lot about launch angle, but just think of it as hitting it over the outfielders' heads, basically, is what Bogaerts is now trying to do and what he has the strength to do pretty easily and regularly.
Yeah.
That's where they wanted him to go, and that's where he's been all season long.
And isn't that the key? He's a big, strong kid. He's a big, strong athlete.
I think we've forgotten about him a little bit, kind of quiet about him, and he's gone about his business putting up big numbers. Forget the 320. Who cares about 320? I want damage.
2-1 to Brock Holt, becomes the 9th man to hit in the inning.
You can see it up and down the lineup. You saw it on a night like last night when Pierce was in the lineup, a guy who was able to go yard right out of the chute and create a deeper lineup, one that's filled with threats from top to bottom. They've been a consistent.
Oh, that's hard hit but foul, just off the chalk.
they've been a run-scoring machine all year long. We've seen the 5, 6, 7-run totals happening constantly. There's a significant reason why they have this extraordinary record that they do, and their offensive consistency has a lot to do with it. In a year, by the way, when offense has been down around the rest of baseball. So as you watch the Red Sox surge, take that into context. They've improved a lot at a time when other teams are regressing.
3-2, and he got jammed there. Ground ball to Guzman. That will end it. But the Red Sox put up a crooked number. They get 5 up there. Alex, always a pleasure. Thanks so much.
Great to see you guys.
Hey, good luck, Alex. Huh?
Annual Strikeout Hunger fundraiser. Fans can make a cash donation at all Fenway gates, where Red Sox wives will be giving autographed pictures of players to fans, making a $10 donation while supplies last. And if you can't make it to Fenway but would like to donate, you can do so by texting SOX to 20222. That was a crush party for the Boston Red Sox.
That was something, man.
5 up there, and we're seeing this with regularity this season, but 5 runs.
One of the best innings I've seen, I think. I don't know, I felt it.
Benintendi right in the thick of it with a run-scoring double. Xander Bogaerts with a 2-run triple. Swihart and Bradley tearing into doubles as well. Well, here comes Jalen Beeks, the left-hander, recalled today from the Paw Sox, his second major league stint. First time since early June when he made his major league debut that night, and he was hit quite hard. 4 innings, 6 earned. We'll see what he has learned.
Put me in, coach. I got a 5-run lead. You couldn't ask for a better time to come into a game in your life.
Yep, up by 4, 5-1 game. And the 1 run came on the bat of this guy, Odor, who smashed a long home run in the second inning.
And one of the longest home runs we've seen in Fenway Park. This from a left-handed hitter. You see it go right down that exit. See too many balls go that far, almost 450 feet.
A great visit with Alex Spear. We're talking about best free agent signings ever and where JD Martinez ranks, but maybe the best of all time was a guy whose name does not come up that often anymore. How about Barry Bonds?
How could we not think about him?
San Francisco 1993, went on to win 5 MVPs.
I mean, that's
I know what people are going to say.
That?
Yeah, the first thing you're going to think of is steroids, right?
Oh, sure, but how did we forget that? That was the best signing ever, without a doubt. Look at that thing over
down
there.
the line, but that one out of his range. And off to the stands. And caroming back onto the outfield grass. Take a look.
He knows it comes back, and that ball just barely out of his reach. That ball's an out in a lot of ballparks. A lot of ballparks.
So 2-2 on Odor. Guzman on deck. Did not take very long for the Red Sox to get 5 up there.
Well, he just showed him a fastball, and he bound to throw him another hook. He threw him a pretty good breaking ball earlier.
3-2 is going to hit him.
Man, he had him set up for a curveball, and he hits him in the shoulder. Just sort of slipped. You don't mind getting hit when you got that gear right there.
So Beeks hits the first man he faces, and it'll bring up Guzman, who doubled in the second inning, 1 for 1. Guzman from the Dominican Republic and a top prospect. And he's done all right with 8 home runs, hitting .259 at the moment. Chris Sale going tomorrow night. And what will be his final start before the All-Star game. This guy likes to go the other way, and he can do it with power. Skips up against the fence. Rounding is Odor, heading into third as the throw comes to second, and Guzman's 2 for 2.
Once again, nice piece of hitting by Guzman. Did it last time. Hit the ball the other way. This one he hit harder. This is a cross-seam fastball that he just inside outs, but he hits this ball on a line. Benny can't get there in time. He dekes the runner. Odor, he still gets the third, but see him put his glove up. I got it. No, he doesn't. Falls over his head. Holds Guzman to a base hit. First and third, nobody out.
It has been tough sledding at the major league level for Beeks so far. In his start earlier and now tonight, first 2 base runners on. Kiner for left of the batter. He's 0 for 1. Still no score. Yankees and the Orioles there in the 4th. Tampa Bay leading the Tigers 2-0 5th inning. We had a couple of raindrops earlier, but nothing since.
Trying to find his way into this game, just sort of tiptoeing into it.
Red Sox riding the longest active win streak in the majors, 7 in a row. That'll be a strike. 2-1. So Hector Velasquez went 3 innings. 1 run, 2 hits. Obviously did not pitch long enough to qualify for a win. So this will be up to the bullpen tonight. It is a bullpen game. Beeks with the Paw Sox 5-5, an ERA just over 3.05 with 110 strikeouts and 15 starts, and not many walks. So at the AAA level, he's been quite effective.
Well, he's got 4 pitches to get you out: curveball, cutter, changeup, fastball. And we've seen his fastball when he first got here. Remember the first inning he threw 95 miles an hour. He struck out the first hitter he faced in the big leagues. Everything went downhill from there, but
2-2 and a comebacker. He's got it. Throws down to second. Skipped it. Bogarts with a heck of a play to turn 2. Odor coming in to score, but Xander Bogarts with an outstanding effort there.
This could have been a disaster. Once again, ground ball right back to the pitcher. You always hold your breath when a pitcher gets it. I do. And he throws it in the dirt, and then Bogarts picks it. Turns it into 2. They can have the run after that. You see this ball goes into the ground, and he just makes it look easy. But that could have been into center field, nobody out, and everybody's rounding the bases.
Well, it's a big league shortstop effort right there. Really saving Beeks. Now the base is empty. A run did score on the play, so it is 5-2. Gallo, the batter, took a walk in the second. DeShields on deck, and a wave and a miss. Gallo last season hit 41 home runs. And on a similar pace this year. But he is also going to strike out probably 240 times. 2-2. It's a very interesting note by Alex Spear that scoring is actually down a little bit.
Yeah.
3-2 to count. I think in the days of launch angle and the home runs, a lot of people are believing that scoring is considerably up. It is not. 3-2. Popped him up. Is it playable? Here comes Swihart. Here comes Moreland, and nobody can get to this into the boxes.
I would think the average would be down. The averages would be down, right?
Yep. Bases empty, 2 away. Red Sox ahead 5-2. And in the bottom of the inning, Red Sox will have due up Devers, Swihart, and Bradley. So Beek's trying to get out of it with only the 1 run in the inning. And that one torched down the line, but foul. Hit that one a ton into that corner.
That little second deck up there, you never see anybody go up there, huh? It's foul easy, but he smokes this thing. Look at him. Those eyes bugging out.
And he walks him. So Gallo on with a ball 4 for the second time. There's 3 base runners in the inning on Beeks. A hit batsman, a single, and a walk. And he almost tossed the double play ball into the outfield.
Yeah, he's not real sharp at all.
DeShields 0 for 1 as he climbs in. He's flied to right. Baltimore has just struck for a couple of runs, now leading the Yankees 2-0 in the 4th inning. Gallo reminds me a lot of Chris Davis of the Orioles.
What, with just the punch outs?
Punch outs and the power.
Yeah.
You know, the guy who swings
prettier? Who's got a prettier swing?
Boy, that last swing was pretty darn pretty.
Yeah, this guy's
Gallo.
This guy's got a vicious swing.
Yep. Right to the feet of Devers, slings it down to second. That will retire the side. A run up there for Texas. It's a 5-2 game. Bottom of the 4th inning, Red Sox to bring up Devers, Swihart, Bradley against Gallardo. A 5-2 Red Sox lead. as Alex Cora will try and piece it together the rest of the night with the bullpen. Nobody warming up at the moment, so Beeks may be heading back out there for a second inning. 5 runs, 6 hits for the Red Sox, 2 runs on 3 hits for Texas.
Maybe he'll relax a little bit. That was a difficult inning for him.
He's got Benintendi looking right over his shoulder all the time in the dugout. 1-1.
Yeah, he's got the moss kicking too, huh?
Oh, it sure does. Remember those days?
Yeah, it seems like forever ago.
The 1-1.
Gallardo's a completely different pitcher, has mediocre gas, and he's got to be careful with that off-speed stuff. He's thrown so many balls down the middle off speed.
And last inning, the Red Sox slaughtered some of those. Here's the 2-1. High fly ball to right, down the line near the pesky pole. That one sailing and a foul ball.
Ooh.
Close.
But that's pretty close. I mean, we'll never know. With just a funky angle here, it's hard to really tell. Ball's hit so high. Can't really see from here. Ball's just where it came down. It didn't seem that far. If it's got a hook in there, you see it's on the right hand side. He goes by. You can see the foul pole.
3-2. Devers' last 30 games, very respectable, a .282 clip with 5 homers.
You don't see that very often anymore. Somebody calling timeout because the pitcher's going too fast.
I'd kind of like to see it more frequently.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch. Got jammed big time. Little one hopper, and Beltre will fire on to get him. That went in on a handle big time.
Major kitchen ball right there.
Now number 1.
This ball is on your thumbs. Seriously, they just fight this thing off. Ooh, get out of there.
For 4 generations, KM has been locally crafting quality Franks for all Sox fans. Pick up KM Fenway Franks at your grocer today. KM, together we grill. Swihart smashed a double and scored a run last time up. Probably his best swing of the season. Lifts that one into left field, backing up Gallo. Plenty of room. 2 gone. Jackie Bradley will be next. Looking forward to tomorrow night as well. That'll be Chris Sale at 9-4 against Bartolo Colon, who continues to pitch and is 5-6 with a .465 ERA. Red Sox knocked him around in Texas.
Gave up 4 home runs to us, right, in Texas, and he's given up 22 on the year.
And still throwing the fastball. Still throwing it.
He's not afraid to give up bridge balls.
He's never been afraid.
Nope.
Jackie Bradley ripping a double, driving in a run, scoring in the 3rd inning when the Red Sox put up 5 against Gallardo on 6 hits. Mookie Betts on deck. Gallardo back in 2010 was the ace of the Milwaukee Brewers. The year that he was robbed at gunpoint in a Milwaukee supermarket. He would go 14-7 that year, and he himself would hit 4 home runs.
Yeah, he could hit.
He really could swing.
Yes, he could.
He was the Silver Slugger winner for pitchers.
He won 17 games the next year. This guy had it going on.
He did.
I mean, that's why it goes to show you it's hard to keep it going. It really is. I mean, he's pitching a lot of innings over the course of what, 6-7 years. He's struck out over 1,500 guys in his career.
He's also pitched for Baltimore, Seattle, and Cincinnati.
That's where it started going bad on him, right? He pitched good for Texas one year. That's probably why he's back here now. And then he went to Baltimore and then got knocked around. And then he went to Seattle and got knocked around. And then he found himself just looking for a job. Started off with Milwaukee again this year. And
3-2 to the second baseman. Odor will gobble that up. And it's quiet inning. Red Sox go 1-2-3. Love is now bigger than ever this summer. Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Citizens Bank. Visit citizensbank.com. Exciting games, tasty dining, Plainridge Park Casino. Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service, and by KM. Together we grill. Out of the fifth, 5-2 Boston. The Red Sox with one explosive inning so far. Texas with solo runs in the second and the fourth. Shin-Soo Choo has grounded out to second and taken ball 4. Andrus and Mazzara to follow. Beeks back out there now for second inning. Came out in the fourth inning, hit the first man he faced, then allowed a base hit. Got a double play ball that he almost tossed into the outfield, but Bogarts really saved him. He walked Gallo, but then got to Shields on a ground out.
Hasn't really thrown a lot of strikes. You see right there, 3 balls here, sort of 50-50 with the balls and strikes.
Check swing and a roll foul. Chu, the third native South Korean to make an all-star team.
Chan Ho Park, I remember him, right-hander with the Dodgers. Played for Texas too.
2-2, and that one on the edge, and so says Alan Porter for strike 3.
Well, that'll get him going right there. You talk about giving up on a curveball, and he's had trouble even throwing a curveball for a strike, but this is a perfect time to throw it. Paint curveball in the corner.
Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. Andrus is 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and popped up to third. He's having a rough road trip, 2 for 17 on it.
Guy doesn't look like the same player this year.
No, he really doesn't.
He had some pop last year. It was like, wow.
Eduardo Rodriguez chatting with his manager.
You go back to that trade when I see Andrus now. Still remember that trade. Teixeira. Remember, Teixeira went from Texas to Atlanta, and they got everybody. Atlanta got a ton of guys.
Yeah, that was 2007.
Yeah, remember that was a big trade. They made out like bandits, Texas did.
Last year, this guy hit .297, 20 homers. He drove in 88.
I'm telling you, he was a different guy last year.
Injury a big part of it this year because of a fractured elbow. He was hit back in April on that right elbow. He'll knock that the other way. That'll drop down for a base hit. So a single with one down to send up Mazzara.
Little changeup outside. Ball's away, but that's just a good piece of hitting. He didn't come off of it. He just flicked it. Tip your hat a little bit. You'd like to have the ball down, but hey, that's a good pitch.
Nomar Mazzara is grounded out and hit into a fielder's choice, so 0 for 2 tonight. With Andrus on and one down. Yeah, big so far with 35 pitches, 18 for strikes, so he's hit 51%. And a young lefty with a 1-0. High fly to right field deep. Mookie Betts back, feeling for the wall. There, leaps up and he's got it. Runner retreating back to first base, Andrus, and he gets back in there. It rolls away. He darts off the bag, but he's going to stay put. Mookie Betts with an outstanding play in right field.
Well, that ball's hit so high, he had time to go back there, and he just absolutely judged this thing perfectly. It's a hanging breaking ball that Mazzara hits this ball. I thought this ball's gone. It's gone in a lot of ballparks, but he's got time to search for defense, gets there and makes that catch easy. He knows exactly where he is. This ball's over the fence if he doesn't catch it, simply put. And he throws a bullet to first base trying to double him up. But Beeks is feeling a little better after that. That's a two-run bomb right there.
Oh, yeah. So Beltre trying to make contact. He has whiffed twice in this one. And stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the mid-fifth studio show with Adam and Jermaine Wiggins. Two down and a runner at first.
This changeup, this is a good pitch for him. You know, this is a strike that he swings through.
Beltre with only 4 home runs. Grounds that one to Xander Bogaerts. So shovel on to get the out at second and retire the side. One man left. Now it's time to turn it over to Adam and Jermaine for the mid-fifth studio show, guys. half of the 5th inning.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC and Steve will break down key plays of the game. And you'll hear from Hector Velasquez and Alex Cora, who but WB Mason, celebrating over 20 years of the same-day delivery.
Mookie Betts just took back a home run. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a fly to right and a strikeout. So hitting .342, 22 home runs. Then it's Benintendi and JD Martinez. Benintendi has a double, Martinez a base hit. They both scored a run tonight. Mookie trying to keep alive a hitting streak. It's 7 in a row. And over the course of the hitting streak, he's batting .387. Trying to hold up, but did he commit? He did. First base umpire Hudson said he swung the bat.
Red Sox, you know, they see this 2-0 pitch. He's looking for something to hit and then can't hold up. You don't see him do that very often. 2-0.
Betts hitting .380 at Fenway.
There's a lot of guys swinging it here.
And he keeps on swinging it down the line. That's an extra base hit. Gallo will chase it into the corner. Betts on his way to second. Another double for the Red Sox. They have 4 of those already tonight. He's got 25.
And he makes him look bad on a breaking ball, 2-0, and he comes back with a fastball that's really right there, and he rifles it down the left field line. It's like Mookie could do anything he wants. And as long as you keep him in the ballpark, I guess you feel happy, but he just wears everybody out. 380 you said coming in.
Yep.
In Fenway.
Benintendi with a walk and a run scoring double. Trying to slug his way into the All-Star game. The fan vote continues until 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and at that time Major League Baseball will make the announcement on who won the fan vote.
Looks like he's about a knock away from hitting 300. 298 coming in. Back-to-back changeups.
I thought you said players don't care anymore about hitting 300.
Well, if you're on the verge of hitting 300, you probably care, but you know what I'm saying?
If you're hitting 298, 299.
You're hitting 250, you don't care because you know you're not going to get there.
Well, he's hitting 377 with men in scoring position.
That leads our club, doesn't it?
Yeah. Get an RBI opportunity right here. With Mookie Betts the base runner, nobody out. Here's the 2-1. And a bounding ball to first baseman Guzman's been pretty busy over there. Mookie Betts will move on down to third with 1 away. Let's get out of Jemai.
Well, the 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star Final Vote ends tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, and Andrew Benintendi is in the running. Make your final vote selection for Benintendi at redsox.com/vote and catch all the excitement. The 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th, live on Fox and ESPN Radio. And OB, Andrew Benintendi needs everyone's help. Right now, he's trailing Gene Segura for second place. Gene Segura is in first place, Seattle Mariners. And the Red Sox are doing their part, having a lot of the fans have these little signs here to create that excitement and emotion. And these folks are trying to get Andrew Benintendi into the All-Star game for the first time in his career.
Is that
hashtag vote Benny?
Is that what you call a little sign? That's
yeah,
little
I mean,
sign?
It's kind of a big head, but my head's pretty big too. But this one is definitely a fat head. That's what you would call that. Hashtag vote Benny, everyone.
All right, Jemai, thank you very much. Infield in here with 1 down, and Mookie Betts at third.
Yeah, Benny did his job. He got Mookie to third.
And now we'll see what Martinez gets to swing at, a base hit, and he's also hit into a double play.
Tell you what, if I'm Gallardo, this is a difficult at bat here. How are you going to get him out? Infield in.
The 2-0. Keeping everything away.
Yeah,
Martinez.
You know how you're going to get him out? You're not going to get him out. You're just going to walk him. It's not a bad idea, really.
JD already has 4 more home runs than any Red Sox hit all of last season.
Green light, obviously.
And off the outside, so he puts him on. Ball 4 to Martinez, 1st and 3rd with 1 away. For every Red Sox hit in July, Echo Store Technologies donates $50 to the Massachusetts Down Syndrome Congress, ensuring that people with Down syndrome are valued. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Mitch Moreland will be the next man in. He's got 1 for 2, but another mound visit here for Texas. And they do have activity in their bullpen.
Well, he's got 89 pitches here with 1 out in the 5th inning. Obviously the magic number, we all know what that is, 100, but I tell you what, I don't know how he's gotten away with it. He didn't get away with anything in that 1 inning. We're talking about a lot of doubles the Red Sox have hit. 3 doubles in 1 inning, 3 doubles and a triple in the 3rd inning.
Moreland picking up an RBI with a single in the 3rd. And the Red Sox trying to make another run at Gallardo, as they did back in the 3rd inning.
Did he hurt himself over there?
Martinez kind of shaking that right foot.
I think he's not thinking he's even going to come over there, and then he comes over there, and it's funny how they can just, on just a couple of moves like that, you can hurt something, you know, tweak something a little bit.
It's a very short lead. Betts off 3rd, a wide lead. Bogart's the on-deck hitter, 5-2 Boston.
Well, just looking for a double play ball is what they're looking for. They don't play him to pull like they normally do.
Red Sox did hit into a double play in the 1st inning. On Sunday they hit into 5 double plays and won the game fairly handily, which you almost never see.
Gallardo's afraid to throw a strike. He's thrown 6 balls in a row. I don't blame him.
Shot toward left center. DeShields on the move. He'll make the grab. Mookie back to tag up. Here he comes. He is in to score. The RBI from Moreland is 2nd of the night. And the Red Sox leading at 6-2.
Red Sox did the job there. Mookie with a double. Benny gets him over. And Moreland gets him in with a sac fly right there. That's textbook baseball right there.
Xander Bogaerts now, 2-run triple in the 3rd. It's also grounded out to 1st. Leaving him at 279 with 56 RBI. Red Sox have scored 5 or more runs in a game 55 times now. It's more than any other club in the majors. And in the first 54 such games, they are 47-7. '91 on the edge for a strike. Brock Holt would be next, 2 down and another run in. Mookie Betts starting the inning with a double and coming on in to score. And a 1-1 pitch to Xander Bogaerts, and that'll be in there for a strike. Right at the bottom of the zone, a changeup.
1-1 changeup. Good pitch, paint down and away. Not a pitch you want to go after.
Another big crowd on this Tuesday night. It was 90 degrees when we get underway. And for about 30 seconds we had some light raindrops, but nothing since then. That was back in the first or second inning. JD Martinez on at first base with 2 away and the 2-2. Shortstop Andrus one hands that, flips on to get him side retired, but the Red Sox score again and lead it 6-2.
Or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Time of the Geico Red Sox moment honoring the 13 championship, and in game number 93 that year the Red Sox would beat Seattle 11-4. Memorable for David Ortiz. He set a major league record for most hits by a DH. On to the 6th inning. Red Sox had 6-2 here in the middle game of the series. It'll be Rougned Odor to lead things off. He'll be followed by Guzman and then Kiner Falefa. Odor has been a bit of a problem tonight with a mammoth home run down the tunnel over the 380 mark in right. And he's also been hit by a pitch and scored a run. So Beeks continues to throw. That one ripped down the right field line heading toward the stands and foul. Back to that home run cut in the 2nd inning.
Once again, this ball was just absolutely crushed by Odor. I was talking about they were disappointed with him. Well, they're not disappointed with that swing. That ball is a bomb.
And the 0-1. Hector Velasquez went the first 3 innings, gave up 1 run, 2 hits. He knew going in it was not going to be a long outing. In fact, Alex Cora said before the game he was hoping for 12 outs. Off the outside. Yankees and Baltimore tied up 3-3 5th inning. Red Sox right now with a 2.5 game lead on New York. And a looper toward left center, and it'll drop down for a base hit. Odor continues to be a bit of thorn in the side here tonight.
Hey, Red Sox fans, help us out by taking a quick survey about where and how you use NESN Go. And you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to the Red Sox Yankees game in August. Visit NESN.com/survey today for a chance to win.
Guzman with a double and a base hit, 2 for 2. Nobody out and the leadoff man on here for Texas. That one ran in, almost nipped him. Guzman fortunate to get out of the way. And a lefty with a 1-0. 90 in there for a called strike. Bullpen starting to move around a little bit. Brandon Workman, who's been so effective, he's gotten up. Here's the 1-1.
He had a kind of a lazy curveball tonight. Hasn't been one of his better pitches. See, this ball's up in the zone. He threw one of those to Mazzara that almost hit it out. Whoa, look
high and
out.
Tight, yes. Up close at 90.
You think he's got him set up for a breaking ball? I mean, really? You can't be leaning on that. That ball's at your face.
Two, and that one cracked into center field. Jackie Bradley coming on, sliding ahead, and he hangs on. He made an outstanding play, diving to grab that one. Well, the Red Sox have made a couple of brilliant catches tonight.
Jackie's just getting aggressive on this. He went all out on this. He said, I can get it, and I am going to get that ball. That ball I thought was going to fall in, but he had his mind made up, and he went into a headlong dive, and he makes this play pretty easy for him. Anytime he leaves his feet, it's a very difficult play, but for him, you expect it.
One out, kind of Falefa now. He was double up last time. It's that sharp, that's fair, inside third. That'll hug the chalk all the way down the line. Odor wants third base. They're going to stop him at third. It's a double. Kiner Falefa. So second and third, and Beeks continues to get hit.
Well, he's lucky this ball, they came in there, so they didn't try to send the runner or door. But you see the fastball right there, and he yanks it down the line. You're just hoping that Benny can get to it to stop this runner from scoring from first. Just hugs the line down there. He does get to it. Takes a while to get it in, but they hold up that runner because there's one out.
Joey Gallo will be the batter, and he's had very little to swing at tonight. A big conference on the mound. Swihart will go out along with Moreland.
I think they push the envelope there if there's 2 outs. I know they're down a couple of, down 4 runs. You can't be too aggressive.
And here comes Cora. So that conference was designed to kill some time. Well, you think about it, Beeks has allowed 4 hits and hit a batter. He's walked a man as well, but he's had a home run saving catch in right.
Oh, yeah.
And Jackie Bradley just stole a base at center.
They're kind of lucky where they are right now, and he's going to come and get him. He's still wasting time because he wants Workman to get a little more time. Because he's going to let the umpire get all the way out there before he makes the move.
Alan Porter coming out, and then the call to the bullpen. So that'll be it for Beeks. He leaves behind a couple of base runners. That could have been worse because remember the double play ball he threw into the dirt at second. Bogarts really saved him there. So 6-2, the Red Sox with the lead. Time for a game break now, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. home run threat, but Workman's been very tough. He picked up his second hold of the year last night in one clean inning. And all 7 of his appearances at Fenway have been scoreless. 7 innings and 9 Ks. And looking for another one right here.
He's come on before. 3 inherited runners on the year. 1 has scored. I'd like to stop it right here with nothing.
Odor at third and Kiner Falefa at second. And the shift on with Brock Holt standing in shallow right. And 1 man gone. He starts him off with a breaking ball for ball 1.
I guess Gallo's shown a little patience tonight, walking 2 times, which is kind of like a miracle.
Workman's 1-0. It's been a very rough year for the Rangers. They're 40 and 52. They've been out of it for some time, but up and down the lineup, they have guys who can hurt you if you make a mistake. And this guy's one of them.
You're trying not to throw. You're trying to make him swing at, balls, and now he's 2-0.
Gallo is a guy who will take a walk. 44 of them. He'll also do a lot of that. 125 strikeouts, second most in the majors.
I mean, you're thinking you don't have to throw strikes to punch him out or to get him out, and he's laid off the first 2, but he couldn't lay off that one.
One man away. And Workman with a 2-1. 83 miles an hour, the breaking ball, 2-2.
Take your choice right here, huh? High fastball, breaking ball. He goes to the breaking ball. That ball's down. It's a ball, and he swung at the fastball the pitch previous to that. So you take your choice here. You're going to go high gas, breaking ball, down, ball. I'm going to gas him. I'd gas him upstairs.
High fly ball, that's deep. That one traveling way back there, and that's going to be off the monster. In comes Odor. Kiner Falefa in to score on a long double by Gallo. Texas is back in the game. Charge both of those runs to Beeks.
Well, I guess you got to throw this ball way out of the strike zone, because I was okay with throwing him a high fastball, but he got to it. You just don't know what this guy can get to. You're just lucky this ball's not out of the ballpark. This high fastball, is it out of the zone? Yeah, that ball's got the strike zone. He thought he lost it. He thought this ball's gone. I mean, he hit it as far as you can. He hit the top of the wall over the 379 sign. That is not that far from being a 3-run Johnson. I mean, this ball is crushed. Look, it just misses that yellow line.
Odor and Kiner Falefa come scampering home, so it's 6-4. Still only 1 man out. Runner in scoring position for DeShields, who's flied out and grounded out. So another rough outing for Beeks. And Texas hammering their way back in it, closing the gap to 2. Shin-Soo Choo on deck. Popped into left field, charging in Benintendi. Plenty of time. 2 down. So DeShields now 0 for 3 as Workman gets him. Back up to the top of the order now for the Rangers.
Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC and Steve will preview tomorrow's pitching matchup between Bartolo Colon and Chris Sale. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Shin-Soo Choo with a ground out, strikeout, and a walk. But very good power here with 17 home runs. He's just a good hitter, batting .291, and headed for the All-Star game as the Rangers rep. Tonight they are battling back, and the Red Sox have a game on their hands. The 0-1 from Workman. Red Sox bullpen exceptionally tough last night in taking game 1 of the series. Gallo off second with 2 away, and the 1-1. Got a piece of it.
Hasn't got the real good fastball tonight, Workman.
Lowest fastball rate of his career, but he's had an excellent breaking ball.
Yeah, he's got a cutter too. The curveball's been good.
Looking for the put away pitch here. Here comes the 1-2. And a liner into the shift on one bounce. Deep out there. His whole lengthy throw, but he got him to retire the side. But Texas scores twice to cut it to 2. Getting .327 on it, scoring about 8 runs a game, and a team ERA of 2.86. That'll get you 7 in a row.
Yeah, he better get 7 in a row.
In a fight right now, and Holt stings a base hit center field. His first knock tonight. This one beginning the 6th inning.
New pitcher on the mound. I saw 95 miles an hour. I said, "Who's this? This can't be the same guy."
Ricardo Rodriguez.
All right, 95 upstairs, and he's all over it, Brock. He can hit that fastball now.
1 for 3. New right-hander into the ball game to replace Gallardo. Rodriguez recalled from AAA just a few days ago to make his season debut against Detroit back on July 5th.
There's a slide step for you. A little hurry up.
Devers is flying to center, grounded out to third. He's 0 for 2. 6 runs, 8 hits for Boston. 4 runs on 7 hits for the Rangers. More activity in the bullpen now for Boston. Matt Barnes getting going. Going to be a night for the manager to lean on the pen as anticipated. Blake Swihart on deck. He's hit a long double. On the infield, Andrus taps the bag for an out on the first double play. 2 gone for the Red Sox in the 6th inning.
Rodriguez, you saw him earlier with that slide step, hurry up and go. Abbreviated little kick. No kick at all. That's a beautiful thing. Double play ball.
So nobody on now for Swihart. A double, a fly to left, 1 for 2. And perhaps a night where Craig Kimbrel, who is off to another All-Star game, will be needed. Kimbrel has converted each of his last 18 save opportunities. Foul at the plate for a strike. Jackie Bradley to bat next. Off the pitcher's glove, deflected. Odor with it. He has to stick in his pocket. And Swihart will have probably a base hit.
Oh, that's got to be a base hit. I don't know if this ball would have went up the middle. I mean, the pitcher maybe should have caught it, but sharply hit off his glove. He's got no chance. Odor. Looks like it's easy for the pitcher to catch that. Clanks off his glove, but it's going quicker than you think.
It will be a base hit. So the second of the ball game for Blake. He's catching just his 2nd game of the year, and they'll bring up Jackie Bradley. Run scoring double and a ground at his 2nd tonight. He goes the other way. That one's into the gap. That'll keep on rolling to the track and wall. Swihart can run. They're going to wave him in. Here's the throw home. A play at the plate. He scores down to third. Jackie Bradley. He's out. The run does count. Blake Swihart got in. Jackie Bradley cut down front number 3 at third base, but right now the Red Sox holding it up on that play.
Well, first of all, you're glad he scored on this, but it's pretty aggressive by Jackie. I thought he got in by my first look, and we'll see if they don't try to challenge this. See if the tag gets there. I don't know, because the right hand didn't get in. The left hand was a little late to the bag.
They will not challenge. That's on number 3. real refreshing in the classic flavors you love. Original lemonade and strawberry. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. It's a limited time offer. Jackie Bradley cut down at third after run scoring double. He has 2 of those tonight. Red Sox now hit 7-4. And now on the strength of 10 hits.
You got to be thrilled the way that Jackie swung the bat tonight. His second double in the gap left center. It's a beautiful, he should take this swing from Fenway on the road. That's where he has trouble, and he's a different hitter here.
Andrus has gone 1 for 3 with a base hit. 250 hitter with a couple of home runs this year after suffering a fractured elbow back in April, hit by pitch against the Angels. So Barnes the next man in, and with the lively fastball at 97. He gets 2, 3, and 4 in the Texas batting order in the 7th inning.
Barnes has had such a great year so far. League hitting 153 off him. Yes.
Very late on that swing. 98 miles an hour to put him away on the strikeout.
You love it when hitters accommodate you and swing at that thing up there. There's no way you'd be lucky to foul tip that ball. That ball is hot up there, and this is how he works, up and down.
Mazzara hitless tonight, 0 for 3. One man out on a K. Curveball has been so sharp for Barnes.
Velocity's always there. He had some control issues on and off, but he can always seem to get out of it with that punch out.
And this year mixing in the occasional split finger fastball.
God knows he goes to it every pitch, huh?
Well, starts out with it, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it's got to hurt your fingers after a while jamming that thing.
He was tempted. He's 1 for 2 lifetime against Matt Barnes. Last year, Mazzara drove in 101 runs for the Rangers. 56 so far this year. He's on a better home run pace this year. And he'll let that one go. 3-1. Beltre next. Red Sox have silenced the former Red Sox third baseman so far tonight. Three and two.
They think they can get there, and they just cannot. I mean, talking about 98 out of the strike zone. Must look good. Talk about up and down, doesn't he? This is exactly how he works. Up and down. Mr. North and South.
See if he gets another rising heater here. 3-2. He did go with a fastball again.
Back to that hook.
And his payoff pitch. Here's the 3-2.
See ya.
Yes, sir. In there for strike 3.
That is a beauty. 3-2 buckle piece. After all that high heat, you drop a hook on him for a strike, and there's nothing he could do about it. He raises his arms like it's anywhere close, right? Look at this. Whoa. Easy for me to laugh up here, but that's tough. 3-2 hook.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Matt Barnes, and now Beltre has already struck out twice tonight. Fouled that one off himself for strike one. Hector Velasquez got the start tonight for the Red Sox. He went 3 innings. Here's his pitching line, brought to you by Ace Ticket.
Yeah, did a nice job.
2 hits and 1 earned. Oh, 1 to Beltre. That's a strike.
Man, that is nasty. I mean, that is perfect with hair on it. I mean, jeez. I mean, this is unhittable. This is 98 on the black.
Odor on deck. He's a guy the Red Sox have not gotten out tonight. A couple of hits, and he's been hit by a pitch.
Look at that number right there. That says it all right there. Right-handed hitters, forget about it.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes for strike 3. That's all for Beltre. Barnes coming on as they complete the K with the toss to first base. He never left the batter's box, and he strikes out the side.
Domination right there.
Top of the order, Mookie Betts. He's 1 for 3 with a double and a run. Then Benintendi and then JD Martinez. Red Sox have out hit Texas 10-7. Mookie has not only doubled and scored tonight, he's gone up against the bullpen fence, made a catch. If he had not been there, it would have been gone.
Saved 2 runs is what he saved.
Rodriguez 2-0. Hammer to left. Targeted for the monster. He takes a big turn, and even Mookie Betts has to be content with a base hit. His second hit tonight.
I hit that ball so hard. Come on. His hands are so quick. 2-0. Looking fastball. Gets it. Ball's middle, and it's coming right back to him. That's nothing for him. That's just to stay in shape. You get a fastball right there, and he rifles it off the wall. Got to stop it first, though. Keep hitting it like that, you can't get a double.
So leadoff base hit. Benintendi is walked, doubled, and driven in a run. Hitting .297 with 14 home runs, 56 driven in. And we'll find out at 4 o'clock tomorrow if it's enough to get him into the All-Star game with a final fan vote. He was running second to Gene Segura of Seattle early this evening in the fan voting. Red Sox have Joe Kelly going to the pen. Joe had a little scare in Kansas City. Had to come out of the ball game feeling lightheaded, but he was cleared for the next day. That one fouled back, and it's 0-2.
He looked good last night. He's been going to that changeup more. You know, he's got that 98 to 100 mile an hour gas, and he's just going to that changeup. He'll throw a changeup 3-2 last night. Slider in, try to fight it off.
0-2, and that one driven into left center field. That one's headed to the wall. Again off the monster. Betts turning around. Mookie Betts coming in, and he will score standing up. Benintendi with another deep drive, another double. It's 8-4.
Mookie read it perfectly. He knew right away that ball's off the wall. I mean, you play here all the time, you know, and Benny's got that power the other way. Obviously, that Fenway stroke that you love to see from Benny, and that slider that didn't do anything, and he just didn't try to pull it. Stayed on it. Off the scoreboard out there, but see Mookie, he's gone. He knows, he read it. That ball's off the wall, and he can fly. He scores pretty easy on this. RBI double there by Benintendi.
JD Martinez is hit into a double play. He's also singled and scored and taken a walk tonight. With a runner in scoring position in the 5th inning, they wanted nothing to do with him. His campaign chairman is delighted with the results tonight. Brock Holt, who joined us on a headset during last night's game and talking up his pal Benintendi, has let the bat do the talking. 2 doubles, 2 RBI so far tonight. This is a ball club that JD has done a lot of damage against. Not that he's played a ton of games against Texas, but they do not like seeing him coming. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. His last 24 games against them, 312 with 8 home runs and 18 RBI.
Well, he's hit 50-some home runs the last year, this season here.
1-2 fouled away. Yeah, that number is worth repeating.
Yes.
That since last year's All-Star break, that was a year ago today, he's hitting .321 with 59 homers and 149 driven in. Leading the majors over that span in homers, RBI, slugging, OPS, extra base hits, and total bases. Not the American League or the National League, leading all of baseball in those categories.
He's been doing this a while.
And the wind kicking up, blowing in from center field.
Yeah, bothering us.
And a chance for another RBI out there with Benintendi at second.
You know, you take for granted the kind of pitching staff you have, and when you see other staff struggling.
And getting knocked around as Texas is tonight to the tune of 8 runs, 12 hits so far. Here's the 2-2. High fly down the right field line, slicing and out of play.
Yeah, the Bruins offseason is heating up. Bill Jaffe and Andy Brickley have the latest on the Bruins offseason. Plus meet Albie O'Connell, the new men's hockey head coach at the Boston University. Don't miss Bruins Face-Off Live tomorrow afternoon at 5:30 before the Red Sox first pitch. Brought to you by a Toyota.com, Toyota's website for deals.
Cut on and missed. Down he goes, strike 3. So Martinez striking out. Right in front of Mitch Moreland. Tomorrow night, game 3 of the series. It'll be Chris Sale against Bartolo Colon at 7:10. Now they're going to walk Moreland, so an intentional pass. Put runners at first and second for Xander Bogaerts. So Bannister will put on the lefty. Alex Claudio throwing in the bullpen for Texas.
Soft toss and left-hander, throws from down under.
Maybe for Brock Holt, who's next. And Red Sox still threatening first and second with one away. Xander with a 2-run triple in the 3rd inning. Especially lately, he's coming up with men in scoring position routinely.
Yeah, really.
As he did on the last road trip. Drove in 10 runs on the trip. It was over the last 5 games of that road trip, in fact. Benintendi and Moreland get their leads with one away. And in it for a strike. Yankees now leading the Orioles. They're 5-3 in the 7th inning. Tampa Bay is shutting out Detroit 2-0 in the 9th inning. That's a good pitching staff.
Yeah, that's surprising, huh?
One. He thought about it, but he checked his swing.
He can check it with the best of them, can he? I mean, you'd swear he swung a lot. And he can hold up with the best of them.
Yeah, this is a real gift for him.
It really is.
And he can make the call.
I'm telling you, it happens a lot.
And that one wasn't even really close.
No, but he can hold up on a nasty slider.
Popped up, short right. Mazzara under. The runners at first and second will stay put.
Shows off his arm right there, Mazzara.
And has a pretty good one out in right field. So 2 away. And now Brock Holt coming up. Brock has gone 1 for 3. Here comes Bannister. He's got the lefty in the bullpen. And he'll make the call here. Red Sox ahead 8-4. And right now in very solid shape to make it 8 consecutive wins. 8 runs, 12 hits for the Red Sox. They've not committed an error. 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors for the Texas Rangers. Defense has been a part of it for the Red Sox. Time now for our tools of the trade presented by Stanley.
We see some of these early plays. This just double play ball, it could have been disaster, but Bogey picks it and turns it into 2. Who knows what save he saved right there. And then Betts, this I know what he saved here. This is a 2-run bomb, and he goes over the fence and catches it. Makes an easy play on it. He had that thing all summed up. And then Bradley does his thing, you know, lays out on a line drive to center field and makes the catch. He always makes it look easy, but that's a difficult play.
Stanley, the official power tools of the Boston Red Sox. On top here, 8-4. And here's Claudio's numbers coming on, a 4.46 ERA in 37 appearances.
He was closing games for them last year at some point, and I was kind of shocked to see that. difficult on left-handed hitters. You see that left-handed funk from down under. To me, that's left-handed salad is what it is.
Well, time now to check out the results of our Dunkin' Donuts poll question tonight. Here's what we posed to you. Do you think every team should be represented at the All-Star game? And what do you think about that?
Flip a coin, huh?
Let's see how this goes tonight. Well, it's fairly close. 44 say yes, 56% say no.
It seems kind of mean, doesn't it? It's like, right? We don't want anybody from that team.
Right.
If you're not good enough, stay home.
Brock Holt, who has known the All-Star game firsthand, 1 for 3 tonight with a base hit in 6th inning. 2 down and 2 on. Boston ahead by 4.
I can't tell the difference with a lot of this guy's pitches. You saw the slider. He's got a good changeup, but I don't know what the changeup is off of because he only throws the ball probably 88 maybe. I don't even know.
Good block there by Kiner Falefa.
It's what you call soft salad from different angles. Little slider, 77, sweeps across the plate. Not even close.
Benintendi on at second, Moreland on at first, and a jam job foul on the sinker. 1 and 2. Ten for 25 off lefties, Brock Holt. So he's hung in there very well against the Southpaws. Overall, 297. One, two. There goes the runner, Benintendi. Here's the throw down and knocked down by Beltre. Now it's Moreland taken off as it rolls away. Red Sox with runners at second and third.
Yeah, Benintendi's picking his spot right there for his, what, 17th stolen base of the year. You know, he wasn't, that lead was not very much, but he knew, he must have seen that he just never looked. But look, he's going to do that swim move again if the throw was there. Obviously, you can't get thrown out on that with 2 outs.
Moreland taking second on the throwing error by the catcher.
Moreland gets a stolen base on that.
No, he does not.
He doesn't?
No. He's not taking off. He only took second on the error. But you know he's got wheels with all those triples.
That's why I was saying. All right, he gets one.
Stolen base for Benintendi, though, as you mentioned, number 17. Benintendi jumping down the line as that one is floated foul. He was coming way down that line, almost
He's feeling
halfway.
good, man. He's an all-star, man, bouncing around, huh?
He's not quite an all-star yet,
He'd
but
love to be an all-star. He's having a nice night.
Yep, 2 doubles, 2 RBI, stolen base, a run. Three-2 to Brock Holt. Ground ball to shortstop, and Andrus is up and over. Red Sox settle for the 1 additional run now, leading it 8-4.
survey about where and how you use NESN Go, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to the Red Sox-Yankee game in August. Visit NESN.com/survey today for a chance to win.
Red Sox 8, Texas 4 going to the 8th inning. And Joe Kelly to do battle with Odor, Guzman, and kind of Falefa. Odor with a bomb of a home run in the 2nd inning. His 6th of the year. He's also been hit by pitch and scored, and singled and scored. He scored 3 times. There's a high twisting fly. Benintendi backing up on the track, room to make the play. 1 out. Guzman will be next. The extra incredible Simmons Beauty Rest mattress is back at Jordan's Furniture. Get an amazing queen size mattress set with pocketed coils and a soft quilted Euro top design for just $4.99. Visit a store or shop online today.
When's that no-hitter kick in with Jordan's? Isn't there something about that?
Yeah, got to be in the second half.
Second half,
the All-Star
right.
break. Yep.
Tell you what, Benintendi, you know, he knows where that wall is. He's made some great catches. One in particular against the Angels that he leapt for and caught it off the top of the fence there. I mean, it's kind of a risky move, but he knows that fence, I'm telling you.
Bogart's a bit to his right. Darts it on for the 2nd out. I know we were talking about the outfield alignment a little bit last night. Not to confuse anybody, this is without question the best defensive outfield alignment for the Red Sox.
Oh, definitely. And might be the best outfield in the game.
JD
I mean,
Martinez.
we're biased, but I mean, you tell me somebody else, you know.
JD played a little right field last night, occasionally in left field too.
But defensively, they can all go get it. You see Mookie, 2 gold gloves in right field, right? Jackie's it's about time for him to win one.
Kind of Falefa has gone 1 for 3 with a double. He fouls that one away. Well, he's made another outstanding play tonight. That wouldn't make his top 20, I don't think.
No. He makes stuff like that almost not routine because he left his feet. He made a better catch in that shutout by Johnson against Seattle last year. Remember that? That was huge. A headlong dive on a bullet.
Yep. Made a couple of real big time plays in that one.
And obviously all the home run catches he's made. Watching him play so much, I think he gets bored on fly balls, doesn't he?
I'm amazed at the ability to run to a spot.
Yeah.
You know, run 100 feet and to a spot where the ball is coming down and just very gracefully and casually haul it in. And it doesn't even look like it's a difficult play for him, but for most guys it's a dead sprint with panic in your step and probably taking a bad route. With this guy, never. Now, there are times that maybe he makes it look too easy. And you got other outfielders around baseball who you know, have to flail and dive, and it looks a little more spectacular, but he's more efficient getting to the ball.
You know, and he doesn't play a deep center field. You see guys that play deep center fields always snatching balls at the wall because they're way out there.
2-2. We're in the 8th inning. Red Sox leading 8-4. Big scoring inning was the 3rd. Sox piled up 5 runs in that inning and took aim at the triangle in right center over and over in that frame.
They really did.
Almost like there was a jet stream out there, but there wasn't.
A lot of footage with no dingers, huh?
Yeah. Punch to the right side. Brock Holt. Routine play for him. 1, 2, 3 they go. Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox home run, and through the end of August you can use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase 3 cooler beverages and receive 1,000 bonus points. Now they're having fun at Fenway again. 8-4. Red Sox have the lead here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Claudio will stay on for Texas as the Red Sox bring up the bottom of the order. Devers, Swihart, and Bradley. It's been a very good night for the 8 and 9 hitters. Blake Swihart with 2 hits. Jackie Bradley with 2 hits. Jackie with a pair of doubles. And he's driven in 2. And that one sprawls him out right on top of the plate. Just missed him. So ball 1 to Rafael Devers, who's gone 0 for 3.
Yeah, they always say as a pitcher, make him move his feet. He had to move his feet right there. That's not nice.
Baltimore has battled back to tie up the Yankees 5-5 in the 8th inning. Houston leading those pesky Oakland A's 3-0 in the 5th inning. Astros lost yesterday. They have a 3-game lead over Seattle.
Kansas City's winning a game. Hold your horses here.
Got a 5-2 lead on Minnesota there in the 5th inning.
They might have won yesterday. I don't know, but
Kansas City has lost 10 in a row.
Thank you.
And they missed badly there. So ball 4. Rafael Devers leading off with a walk. Our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Red Sox have out hit them 12-7. Velasquez on the hill for 3 innings. It was not going to be a long outing anyway. Jackie Bradley, Andrew Benintendi, very productive nights. And the Red Sox closing in on 8 straight wins. Swihart a single and a double. He's got that average over the 200 mark now, 202. And batting righty. Bradley on deck. Devers with a short lead.
Boy, it's hard to stay back 2-0 and you get this little change up down and away. He threw him 2 of them. You don't face anybody like this very often at all. Just nothing but soft salad.
Really got to wait on him. That one's 71. Red Sox at the moment are 34 games over 500. The last time they were 35 over 500 was at the end of play on October 2nd, 2004. That team was at 98 wins. Went on to make history. Floated foul out of play. More work to be done tonight to get there, but a victory would put the Red Sox at 64 and 29. Nobody out, a man on.
Stay back. I mean, it's hard to stay back on that 71 salad, isn't it? I mean, seriously.
Never arrives.
No, it does not arrive. Look at this thing, man. I don't know if it's a cue shot or what. He just barely ticked it.
He did well to do that.
Yes.
Little tapper on the infield. The pitcher gets to that. Claudio to first base. Down to second is Devers. 1 out. Time now for our high-strength steel play, brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers and a Chevy Silverado.
That's a beautiful thing by Jackie. You see the fastball, he takes the other way. RBI double. He tries to get 3 out of it. Just barely gets thrown out at third. But what a great sign for Jackie Bradley tonight. Got a double earlier on a breaking ball he hit the other way.
Jackie with 2 doubles, 2 RBI. He's also grounded to second. More activity in the Red Sox bullpen. Ryan Brazier, the right-hander.
Saw him last night. He had pretty good velocity.
Yep, perfect 9th inning to finish up the win. Red Sox have had 3 different winning streaks of 7 games. Most in the majors. Odor from the grass. Guns on to get him. Safely into third. Devers with 2 down. Premium flex plans are on sale right now. Those include matchups with the Yankees and summer weekend games in some of the best seat locations at Fenway. For more information, go to redsox.com/premiumflex. Mookie Betts will take ball 4, an intentional walk, so he is on for the 3rd time. Also a double and a single. Came on with a .433 on base percentage, so on and on it goes for Mookie. And for Benintendi, who has doubled twice and stolen a base, .299 with 57 RBI.
Stay back and get yourself a knock.
That would be his 3rd of the ball game.
Another slider.
Talking about the final vote now for that last All-Star spot, and Gene Segura of Seattle leading the way right now. It's very tight from what we're told. Make your final vote selection right now. Benintendi just turned 24 years old. One-two from the left-hander. And on Saturday, he became just the 5th hitter in the last 100 years with a double, a home run, and 4 walks in a single game, joining David Ortiz, Mark McGwire, Travis Fryman, and Lefty O'Doul in 1930.
It's the 4 walks, huh? That's probably hard to do with all that damage.
Start throwing around numbers like in the last 100 years.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what's the difficult part about that? 6 at bats probably, and the walks.
Ground ball to the right side. Odor again from the grass, and that will do it for the Red Sox. We go on to the 9th inning. Sox in front, 8-4.
First at the ballpark. First word on the game. It all starts with Red Sox First Pitch Live on NESN. Presented by Joseph Abboud. Available at Men's Warehouse.
Every man deserves
and their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives, moving us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. You can learn more at cvshealth.com/be the first. Ninth inning, Red Sox hit by 4. 3 outs away from taking the first 2 of this series with Texas. And here's Brazier out of the bullpen after an impressive outing last night.
I haven't heard a lot about this kid. He comes out last night. You saw 97 out of his hand.
Numbers with the Paw Sox, 1.34 ERA in a little over 40 innings. Facing Gallo in tight at the elbow. 8 runs, 12 hits for the Red Sox, 4 runs, 7 hits, an error for Texas. And a 2-0 pitch will find the mark.
He threw the ball good tonight and came into a situation. Second, third, and fourth hitter in the lineup was Barnes. Struck out the side. He looked as good as he's ever looked all year.
I would say so. He struck out Andres Mazzara Beltre in succession. High fly to right field. Mookie Betts there, will not carry deep enough, and Mookie's there for the catch. 1 out in the 9th inning. Time for our refreshing finish, brought to you by Coors Light.
This double play ball thought was going to be easy, but you see the pick there by Bogaerts. Who knows what this saved? Because he got 2 outs in this inning and could have had nobody out of that. Ball goes to center field.
There's that play, the Jackie Bradley diving catch in center, and the Mookie Betts catch to steal a home run. Although the degree of difficulty was not exceptionally high on Mookie's play, he did have to get back there and be in position to make the catch. Still a fine play.
Still, anytime you catch the ball that's going to be a home run over the fence.
Oh my.
I mean, thank you.
Red Sox bullpen is set down 9 in a row.
Kelly had a quick outing. Only, what, 9 pitches? 9 or 10 pitches? That's what you like to see, because you never, it's those 20, 25 pitches. We might get out of the inning, but it sort of catches up with you a couple days later,
It looks like he's back in a groove.
Yeah.
Joe Kelly. DeShields 0 for 3. He's flied out a couple of times and grounded out to third. One, 2. Cut on and missed. Down he goes. That's 97 miles an hour.
I'm telling you, it comes out of his hand nicely. You're not going to catch up with it upstairs like that. Let's go back to the Mookie catch. This isn't necessarily routine, but the way he makes it, if he sit there, he's not necessarily camped, but he sizes it up nicely.
If you miss jump.
Right. He knows exactly where he is. The ball's in the air so long he had time.
Yep. And makes it look very elegant. Shin-Soo Choo has gone 0 for 3 with a walk. Maybe the last man to swing tonight. Red Sox head 8-4. And more rest for the closer. Craig Kimbrell has converted each of his last 18 save opportunities. Bound for another All-Star game.
7 of them. 7 in a row. Is it 7 in a row? I think so.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
What a weapon.
Oh, please.
Yep, he missed in 15, did not go in 2015.
Huh. That the year he was with San Diego?
Yep.
No, okay.
Had 39 saves that year with a 2.58 ERA.
That's horrible.
Came right back, made it 16, 17, and now 18. 3-1 to count on Shin-Soo Choo. He's also headed for the All-Star game.
Still got his streak, 48 games with on base, right? With that walk earlier.
And he is on again for the second time, taking ball 4. So Elvis Andrus will climb in 1 for 4 tonight. Red Sox looking to improve to 64 and 29. With Sale going tomorrow against Bartolo Colon, Chris Sale will go in 9 and 4. Two men gone, and that is in there for a strike. Look at Chris Sale's, just his last 4 starts, 11 strikeouts, 13, 11, 12. In those games, 3 hits, 4 hits, 1 hit, 5 hits.
And it's not like he's going 9 innings. Those strikeouts are in 7.
Well, should do it here. Devers cross the diamond in time to get him, and the Red Sox win again, make it 8 in a row for the Boston Red Sox. They knock off the Texas Rangers here tonight. Final score, TC 8-4.